We are today going to be just chilling on games and having fun in general. Hope you guys enjoy watching the stream. So to start, we're going to be playing Grounded. So let's make a new game. We'll do it mild, no creative. Let's accept that. Obviously,
my name's Peter.
Pete.
My friends call me Pete.
And the yard roll name, let's call it the Twitch world. Alright, accept. So for people who don't know what Grounded is, basically you get shrunk and you become really small and you have to survive in the backyard. I'll be doing streams of these every couple of days. Always have games like Grounded on, and yeah, let's enjoy it. Just loading in now. You can see in the bottom left corner that it's like there's 3 different coloured circles are going around the like the pyramid. We're like a circular based pyramid, I think. Alright, we should be going in now. Oh, here we are.
You think you outsmarted me? The mighty Muldoon? I don't think so, Yoked Girth.
Stay tuned for what happens next on Yoked Girth. Now a word from our sponsor.
Kids, are you ready for a new wild and wacky puncho fruit flavor? Introducing Apricot. It's a punch to the gut. So stop by, fill up, and make sure you get your Billy Hog hot dog before you jet away.
Good old Billy Dog hot dogs.
Good morning, Brook Hollow. Today is October 20, 1990. This is your news. We have a special breaking report.
Playing
The
this for
police
people
department
who
has
haven't
released
seen this game
information
before,
that
just
more
so
local
they can
teenagers have
get
gone
hang to
missing. They were last seen earlier this
Get the
week,
hang of it
and the
and,
only connection
like,
between
know
the
what's
teenagers
happening.
is that they are all students at Brook Hollow High School. This could be linked to the disturbing trend of other possible abductions and missing teenagers from our otherwise quiet town. If anyone has seen the teenagers or has any other information, please contact the police department. The mayor of Brook Hollow has put a curfew into effect for anyone under 18 starting tonight. Now to other news. In the business world, ominous practical technology signs a few deals with.
Here we go. So you can see I've started in this little case, like underground. Cutscene here. Go inside. And here we are. What we need to do right now is we need to investigate our surroundings.
Oh, looks like you really stepped in it this time. Just where in the world are you? Hello? Hello? All right, Pete. Remember your scout training. Step 1, get your bearings.
So what we're going to do, we just need to explore. And yeah. While we're exploring, we'll get another task to do after we've just like explored and had a look around. Jump.
Curious. Off a
Signal
doily.
detected.
Signal detected.
What's
We'll
that?
take that bark fibre
It sounds
because
like a radio
we'll
signal.
need it for later.
Must be being transmitted from
Because when we make a crafting bench, or before that, we can make it into tools. Oh, it's the field station. Is where we can research things and we can get food here, which is obviously really helpful. And scroll bar here, I have to press V. I can't go into that yet, because if I do that, that means I'll eat it, and that'll be a waste. Here's the safety tests. I'll give you just a second to read it if anyone would like to. 'Cause 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 Alright, so that's unpowered, that's offline. This is the resource analyzer. What we need to do?
Logic dictates that there are probably more of these stations around. Maybe if I keep searching, I'll find some clues. Or someone.
Because right now we're just alone. It's not multiplayer, we're just playing by ourselves. So that means that we can't do anything. But here we're gonna analyze the pebble, and it unlocks brain power. So brain power unlocks all this. And when we've got all that, it's new things we can make. But for now, I'm just gonna analyze the rock and the plant fiber. As you can see, it's got analyze charger. We only got 3, but we've just used one. And there's a pebble spear and a pebble axe that we can make out of the rock. But it's not just the rock, because we have to also use crude rope, which we make from the plant fiber. But you can also make fiber bandages and plant slurry. And that gives us brain power, and when we're level 1, we'll get more stuff to make. Right. Here's a sprig, so let's get that, and we'll analyse that. And what we can make with the sprig is spiky sprig, which is a type of weapon, along with a spear. And an axe can also be used for a weapon, but it chops down trees as well. A trail marker, where you can mark your things. A roasting spit, that is where you can make food. A sprig fence is just a fence for decoration. And plant fibre, that's, I don't know why that's there, but plant fibre is there as well. Escape. And carry on. We need to look for more science equipment. Before we do that though, I'm going to get some things so we can create different items, like the axe and the spear. Right now, it's essential to get things that we need, like pebblets, plant fibres and sprigs. This will be used as
a common example of the
things
Formicida
you
family.
can use in crafting tables, but right now we can just go into our inventory and make different things. So when you let's have a look at the survival guide though. Don't think we need to look at that actually. So inventory. Here we go. Let's craft is the mutations that we get later on. But the crafts and everything that we've learned. It'd be smart to make some crude rope. And I'm also gonna make a pebble axe and a pebble spear. I need 3 plant fibre to be able to do that. So let's just get 3 more of that. But first, since we have got the axe, I think since we've got the axe, we can move it down into our inventory, and that'll make it so whenever we'll be able to press B and get the axe. So click onto the axe, and I've got it here. Let's go into our inventory one more time and move that there. And this here. Now we'll press B when we need to eat Grumble Bar, Pebble Axe.
Hark, yonder lady of the clover forest.
That's the ladybird there.
Does the day find
We're not as powerful. We're not powerful enough to take on that yet. But this here gives us spark fibre, and that's very helpful. Hopefully we've got another resource point, so we can resource the grass plants. And so we do. We can resource the grass plants here. And what we can make from it is a workbench and different walls and doors. And we've just leveled up with the brain power, unlocking a pebble hammer, clover poncho, hood and shin guards. when we get our next charge, I'll be able to analyse the crude rope. For now though, I'm going to chop down a couple more trees. So what I need to do first, let's put these down. Luckily it didn't hit the ladybird, there's an ant there. And let's go back onto our axe to chop down a couple more grass. Since now we've got enough plant fibre, which we know, because we chopped down the bottom of 2 grass, we'll be able to, in our craft menu, make a pebblet spear. And I like to put that there. And with the axe, I'm going to put there. So when we go and press V, it's supposed to look like, oh, that's why. Alright, when I press I, I'll have the spear there, and I'll have the axe there. So when I press V, you can see that the pebblet spear is at the top and ready to fight. So first, I think it's or, and you can also press Q to swap between weapons. I think it's essential to start off with a crafting table and like a cooking area. So what I'm going to do to start off with is get a cooking area. So looks better like this. Sorry about that. Go onto the resource analyzer, and we don't have to do grass chunks. Let's do crude rope. We can make a sprig bow, acorn shovel, eye patch, and canteen. We don't have enough, but when we do, we will analyse dry grass chunks. So, what we need to do now, I'd say we go on to craft, and we'll see what we can make, because we do need to make a roasting spit and a workbench, but we can't do that right now. So we need to get 1 more pebblet and 3 sprigs, but for the workbench we need 7. So altogether we need 7 sprigs, 2 sap, 3 glass planks, and 1 pebblet. So we can do that now. The grass planks are there for when we need them, and you can find sap on top of things like wood. So let's go. Sap is usually on here, so we'll most likely find some when we find a log like that. And it's right there.
Look at the size of that thing. It's probably the size of a bathroom scale?
We'll go back there in a second. First we need to find some sap. That's
Consulting Detective Weevil, hot on the
we
trail.
need to make sure
He's got a nose
we
for the
don't
truth.
take any damage. And here's some sap. This is what we've been looking for, and there's most likely enough. Jump onto the leaf, and we can grab the sap. We need to be careful in this area because we're near some dangerous things. So we need to be careful when grabbing stuff. So we'll take the sap and walk along here and grab all the sap we can. Over here is another, and that is all the sap on here, or all the sap that I've seen. So now, when we go back to where we came from, we can make a crafting table. When we get 4 sprigs, but actually we need 7, so we can make the roasting split. So on the way, we'll get 1 sprig. There's 2 over there. 2, 3, 4, 5. And 7. And that should be enough. But while we're here, we'll grab all the materials there is. Because you can never have enough materials. Because it can help you in the long term. We cannot chop the toadstools yet, but we can gather the mushrooms. Although they don't give you much food, they are pretty good because you get a lot of them. So 9 mushrooms is about a crumbled granola bar, but it doesn't heal you. So let's go and press V, and we can eat
Choke it down, Pete.
some now. We need to eat some now so we don't die for later. But we can go over to this now and press the target button.
Curiosity killed the tiny Pete.
And what we have to do,
Well, looks like this thing hooks up with those lasers.
we need to find what's
Don't
weakening
think
the
that worked
lasers.
properly. It seems like the machine needs all 3 lasers to function. Maybe there's a way to fix them?
I just grabbed up I'm Tiny, which will be a little recording. Oh, it should be. That's what I'm speaking. Well, it's not happening right now. But all it would have said is just a little clipping of what someone said. So here, this one's fine. This one's getting blocked by grass. And that one over there, we'll go have a look at that in a minute. But first, we need to go back to our camp. And we need to make a crafting bench. So we just need to have a look around for where it could be. And since the leaf wasn't on this side, it'll probably be down that pathway. Let's go. So we're just going down here now. So R is to throw. So if you're trying to throw and kill something, it's not always going to kill, but it will stick and it'll do a lot of damage. So it should be down here or somewhere around here. I had to let go there just so I didn't carry on with that action for the rest of the series. Just go to the top. And let's carry down. And it should be somewhere in this direction. If it's not, then we can gather the materials on the way.
Look at that ant go.
I think it might be down here, but I'm not sure. So here's a good place to go up and have a look for any of the stations that we were at the beginning that's near. I'll go up here and look through the grass, and I'll hopefully, or I'll jump down here. We need to find water, so we'll do a little off track to try and find water. We would drink this, but it's nasty, so it'll poison us. So we don't want to drink that. Usually water is like that. You have to hit it. So we'll go Q. Or something like that. So we can get, I think, so V, go onto the X. And hit the leaf that's on. And it's going over there. Not the leaf.
Water filtration tablets needed.
So over here is, it might be one, this is the malfunctioning one. So, oh, it is not the malfunctioning one. But there is a spider over there, so we should definitely not interact with it. Because we will almost most definitely die. So as we should venture in here, we can pick up things like plant fibre and sprig. And also pebbles from the floor. And here, you need a hammer 3 to break. But right now, we don't have that. for a different time. Later on in the series, we will hopefully have a hammer 3 to break that. And here is a camp. What's best is we probably put down a trail marker so we know where to go. But first, let's go into our inventory. And we can make a trail marker. So actually, when we've made the workbench and the roasting split, we can do that. First, let's put down the roasting split. Let's say here. And when we escape from there, close, super build by holding down E, and it immediately makes it. Now, we need to go over here and pick up our leaves, or our grass planks. What we can do now is when we're going to craft and workbench, we'll be able to make the blueprint for it. So when I'm usually doing my worlds, I like to have it around here, so I'm just turning it around, and I like it about here. Or close that down, towards and super build. So we can relocate it when we want to, and I think I might relocate it here. Let's hook this away. Because we don't need that. We might. Alright, put that back up. And let's go into the workbench. Let's have a look what we can make. So later we will make a grass wall, and we would, and we probably should, make a fibre bandage. So let's have that in our inventory in case we get damaged and we're about to die. So what we should do next is get some clover leaves so we can mark our base. V, and go onto the peddler axe, and now we can press Q anytime. So this time actually I'm going to try and kill the ant next time it comes, because it drops different type of things that we can scan that will help us. So let's chop down this clover and take things from it. It's not worth jumping down there. Let's just stay up here for now. Take that, that, and that. I'm gonna see. So when you cut it down normally, it takes 5, but when you cut it down with only these, alright, 5. Okay. Let's carry on, take the plant fibers from here. Let's hope that they went over. Oh, pick that back up. Let's hope that they went over. Oh, that one didn't. Oh, I've just thrown my axe. So we'll go around to get my axe. Well, we've put this over here. Okay, my axe is up there. Oh, and like I said I'd fight this next time. So, quickly swap into my axe.
Late. I should construct some shelter and get some sleep.
And, oh, the ant just got away. But we can claim the remains from that end. And luckily, since we made a bandage earlier, we can use that to heal. Right, let's get back to camp. Oh, shall we get that first chart? I think we'll take the risk, go up there first, and get it back.
One long schnoz, built for sniffing.
We'll take that sprig. And we've got everything we need to make camp, I'm pretty sure. So let's take our axe back and go down and make the things we need. So first, before we make the trail marker, we need to sleep. Or before we sleep, we need to make a lean-to. So first, let's make a lean-to over here. And let's rotate it. And place it down. And now we can escape. Look, right click. And it don't go there. So we need to change the position. Place it there. And super build. Now we can go to sleep. But first, let's see if we have enough to make a trail marker. Yes, we do. Let's make a trail marker and put it in between. And super build it. And let's set it as home and we'll make it green. So every time I'm far away and don't know which way home is, we can see that it's over there. We can get the fire going, and before we go to sleep, we can try and find a weevil or an aphid to kill to get meat from them. Usually there's quite a lot of weevils in muddy areas, so we need to just have a look around, see if we can find them.
Wow, look at the size of that Chunky Chubb's league-approved baseball. It's the size of my dang house.
I see it's a massive baseball. And here is where you usually find the weevils.
Ant spotted!
So it's night, so they might not come, but they usually do. You can hear them. They make a weird noise. And there's one over here. They buy mushrooms as well, because they like eating mushrooms. And what we get from that is raw weevil meat. It's best to always take the mushrooms from when you're near them, because you never know, they might benefit you when you're running out of food. There's a weevil here as well. Let's kill that. And let's kill one more. Well, let's try and kill one more. And then we'll head back to cook them, then sleep. There don't seem to be any more. So we'll just have one more quick look over the muddy area. Seems to be none. So we'll just head back. Take the sap while we're at it. And take the mushrooms. And then wait, that'll probably be up there, so it's not worth going for. Oh, but there's one here, so it's perfect. Just kill it and take the meat. And that gave us a raw weevil meat, which we now have 3 of, and a weevil nose. What's best to analyse here is probably the clovers.
Science!
The sap. And the red ant parts. Which we can make red ant armour with. And one of my personal favourite weapons in the game, the red ant club. Right, let's close this up and see what is needed to make the things. Red Ant Club is quite hard, so we'll leave that until later. The torch, we'll need that soon. And the rest of the armour, can't make right now, but I'm sure we will in the future. Over here, we can cook the food that we got from the weevils. So let it take all, or cook, and cook. Okay, and when they're done roasting, it'll make a ding noise, and we'll be able to take it and carry on with our day. So it's best to probably go to sleep, set spawn point, go to sleep, and they'll be done by morning. It gives us a nice little show of some of the garden while we go to sleep. And there's an ant here, which we can try and kill. And we ended up doing. So we can take the remains of it, take our food, then eat some of it. So
Not bad.
it does a lot more than the mushrooms, but instead of wasting one of your foods, you can eat the mushrooms instead of just eating a weevil roast for a small amount. So let's carry on. And probably try and get some water, as in dewdrops.
If I could keep that aphid as a pet.
Yeah, dewdrops that we can drink.
Don't even need to boil it.
And let's try and get one more, so we know we're set for the day. Down here. That's perfect. What we should do today is make some walls. So that's exactly what we're going to do. First, let's make a basket. So we'll place the blueprint around here. We can do it under there, which would be a real cool place. Super build, and we can put the stuff that we don't need in. So the weevil nose, we'll give that there, the van heads, and all the materials. Because if we have materials near, it counts as having them. Van parts, and also the sap. So, start making the walls so those pesky ants will stop coming into our base. The grass wall is my favourite because it's easiest to make, the easiest actually supported thing to make, and it only takes 4. So let's turn here and place that here, and even though we're not making it now, we can make the blueprint of what we want to have it like. So let's turn that by a bit, or it'd probably be best to put a door there. So instead of putting that there, go to crafts, and we can make a door, which will be perfect, but hard. So we'll make that. Probably it'd be best to have it like, it'd be best to have it a bit tilted, so I'm going to hope it works, and we can change the axis by axis. Alright, we won't do that right now, and we'll just make what we need to make and put the door in at the end. Let's make some more doors. And these aren't proper doors yet, but when they are, they'll work perfectly fine. Right. Here's where the problems start coming. If we want the door here, so that's where we want the, that's the position we want the door at. So if we can hopefully get the door into that position, that would be perfect. So let's get the glass door, press blueprint. It doesn't seem to be doing that, which is really annoying. So it only seems to be doing these 3 positions. But if we can get it, so hopefully if we do it in
The nose.
so it don't work. So what we'll have to do is put the door somewhere else. And the best place for that would probably be here. So if we can go off here, go off making this, and relocate our other stuff to this wall over here. So let's start by moving the crafting bench around and place that there. And just make sure it don't go through, so it don't look bad. It fits perfectly. Now, delete 2, relocate, and this we should relocate about, turn this around. Here will be a good place to put the lean-to. But first, what we can do is we can check if that would be a good place by going into our inventory, going onto the craft and making another grass wall, and seeing if the way we're wanting it to have, which is tilted, works. Which it doesn't anymore. So, or does it? Since that goes like that, if we could have it going like that.
Hey, Mr. Ant.
So, if you can see, it doesn't work. So we'll place the blueprint there, go off this, relocate it somewhere else for now, and relocate this here. So we can place this here, and here's where we can go onto half walls and put them under to make sure no aphids get through. And this is what it looks like so far. Let's now move the lane to change the axis, or change the area of like the angle, and it seems to be obstructed by something. So it doesn't seem to be very happy with the place it's at. So I think we can just leave this for now and move the basket onto the crafting bench like we did before. And now, since we need to make a move before we hit the wall, we can. Do this. So I think I figured out how to spin it around. So it's going to be risky, but I'm going to try and cancel both of them. And go into my inventory and make the door. And it did not seem to work. So sometimes it just does weird things, the door. So it might be best to make it a bit bigger and place the door there. Then just have a little bigger house. And it doesn't matter if it's different, because it still works. To keep resources to gain more recipes. Right, we'll carry on with that when we make it bigger. Place that there. Perfect. Then that can go there. There. There, and hopefully there is a half wall that we can go across onto, because a regular one won't fit. So if we go onto craft and we go onto a half wall vertical, we can hope that it goes the way we're hoping it to. So we can place and place. That is a bit off, so we're gonna go like that, cancel, and also, just for now, place that down there. Off of this, relocate, place that there, relocate, and place that there. And even though there's a little gap, I'm hoping it don't make too much of a difference. And if it does, the worst comes to worst is we can just make another going like that. And do that instead of doing that. If you do that, the house looks a bit like this. And even though it's not too good, it's better than not having a house. And to stop the places being there, for our final two things, we need to hope this works. We can go on to craft, then triangle, quarter wall. Have it go like that. And for this one, it says it's unsupported. So it'd probably be better with a big one. If that don't work, it's fine, because this wall isn't too bad. Inventory, craft, triangle wall. So that is an invalid surface. So that is fine, because what we've got is perfect. So now we can start making our base. What we need to do is we need to go onto the chopping tool. And here it is, it's the pebble axe. Now let's chop down some of the grass. Always chop down the bottom bit and nab all that plant fibre. Then we pick up all the grass planks and put them into our walls. We're putting them into the walls, picking them up. And even though we can't make 5, we can't hold 6, we can go over here and throw these over to where they need to be built. So that will be better, instead of going forward and backwards all the time. But instead of just holding it and throwing it, we'll chop it down first. So we'll get that, and free drink, we'll always take that. We can't today. I guess it's not working because it's either glitched into the wall or we're almost at full. So if we throw this over there and chop down one more grass plant, or two, we will get it, hopefully enough for what we're trying to do. Let's throw that. Oh, bad throw. Throw that over the walls or near the balls. Pick this all up. And now we're ready. Pick all that stuff up and fill in the most of the door we can. Because it's hard.
Oh, that guy's got allergies.
So here. This is unsupported. So actually, this won't be our last making. Because we'll have to make grass stairs. A little grass stairs. Which we do not yet have. Which is quite annoying. So, what we'll have to do is put half grass walls under. So, turn that around. Put that under there. Under there. Under there. So they're all supported. And the rest is supported. And we should be fine to make all the things we can. Super build there. Grass planks in there. Then one in there. And get a grass plank from there. Through here and get all the ones that we chopped down. And we threw some quite far, so there'll be some over here. And it's going to take quite a long time because it's a hard job. But when we finish it, it's going to look amazing. So what I was thinking is, instead of doing one layer of walls, I did two and put one above it so we can fill out this gap. And then put a roof. Or do one layer and put a roof, because this is bigger as it is. So I think I might do one layer and a roof. But we'll do that in the next episode after, not in the same stream. We're going to be doing different games, like this one. But we're not doing another Grounded. We're not doing Grounded again. So what we were going to be doing is doing this as a series over the different streams I do. So we can make all the grass planks now. And when we complete next stream, I'll play Grounded again. And decide whether we should do another wall or the roof. And all we need left is the door. And how to get husky stems or husky weeds. Oh wait, no, we have one more, which we throw over here. And all we need now is 2 crude rope, which we can make, and a weed stem, which is from a dandelion or a husky weed. But we cannot break the husky weed yet. Alright, let's make 1 and 2 of them off. And all we need now is a weed stem from a dandelion. So there's a dandelion up there. Is there any closer ones? It doesn't seem like it. So that's the dandelion we're going to be chopping down. it starts from up here. And we need to hope. And we can. And it also gives us a dandelion tuft. And what that is when we use it, it basically, oh wow, that gives us a lot. Fly down without taking any fall damage. Like I just did there. I took fall damage. So, there it is, the dandelion. And we get quite a lot. We get 3 from that one. Aphid stuck up there, too scared. Where is it? An aphid somewhere, too scared to move. Or, not too scared to move, but it's staying there. And finally, we can complete the first bit of our house. So what I'm going to do with these weed stems, instead of throwing them, I'm just going to place them down here. Let's pick that back up. Put these back down. Alright. Perfect. Oh, I need to stop throwing that. It's annoying. What is that? Thank you for everyone who watched the Grounded bit, and now I'm going to move on to a different game. So let's use this, set our spawn point, and save the game.